All right, we got Chapter 5 Leadership here for Com 381 Leadership with Dr. Doyle. And I had a couple of takeaways. We kind of discussed this in class today, and this is what our 10 for 10 was over in class. But we talk about power, I should say the book talks about power, power and emotions, power and leadership. These things it dives in, and I think power is, it's almost a scary word in a sense where, not everybody likes to think that somebody's more powerful than them or has power over them. But, most of the time there is that source of power, if you will, in leadership and in anything. And so it talks about, too, how power and leadership are independent but not interchangeable. I think when you're a leader and you're with a group, and if these individuals on your team or in your workplace, if these groups of people or these individuals that I'm grouping together, this group of individuals, I should say, if they can govern themselves and they can work and they can conduct in their own realm without somebody telling them what they need to do all the time and checking in on them, then that's when your business is going to be the most successful. For that, a lot of my business knowledge or the way I think about business all stems from my dad's company, which is a paintless dent removal company. And in the company, I think the work is so unique, and I've worked, on a hailstorm where a Chrysler plant was hit, and a few other plants were hit in northern Ohio, and it was so unique the first time you're in there, in the hail, So basically, what it is a Chrysler plant was hit, and then we have all these cars that we're gonna fix. So we drive them, and park them within each little lane, and so that they're called dent techs, and they're taking these dents out of the cars. And this is one of the most self-governing businesses in the world in my eyes, and it's not because the employees are better than other places' employees. The employees are the same type of people. They're men that just come to work every day. But what makes these people so independent and so powerful is the fact that they work for 100% commission. The dent techs work 100% commission. So if they want to work slow and not get the dents done, then that's money out of their pocket. So a lot of the times these people were working and working and working the whole time, and it was a 7:30 to 6:30 day. And a lot of these guys, you had to take an hour break for lunch. A lot of these guys would, eat their lunch right there and want to get right back to work because they're trying to make money. And so that business is driving itself, and that's dictated through weather. So I think that was a great example for this, and that's kind of what came to my mind. And then it talked about what I liked in this chapter was powerful and powerless talks. I think there's times when you can be powerful in what you're saying and you can enable others to be great. And I think that you can also do the exact opposite, is when you think you think your shit doesn't stink as a leader, as a captain, and you try to tell people what to do, and you just come off a certain way. People don't like that, and people will not like that. And I think that's very important takeaway from this chapter. So my last note was, my last note that I wanted to talk about was organizational politics, which was how these places of work, these teams, whatever they are, leadership groups, how those groups govern themselves and how they work and how they move and how they operate. And all that kind of comes into organizational politics. And I don't want to dive into the details, but I thought it was important. That was a big chapter takeaway. So that's my chapter 5 video. Thanks for listening.